It's time for another tale from the glass-guarded world, with Brian as Paxton the human cleric, Ashley as Tara Dane the human fighter, Andy as Finmac Castspinner the gnome wizard, Danielle as Ethelflad the halfling rogue and monk, and me, Mike, as the DM. This episode is a return to our main storyline, just after our heroes have finished up their business in Zauberfeld. They're about to begin their journey to a magistracy research facility at the western wall of the world. Also, Danielle's voice has recovered. We should be sticking to regular story episodes for the foreseeable future. So hopefully Tara, Finn, Paxton, and Athelflad will begin to make some progress in their quest to figure out what's going on with the river and their world more broadly. Last time, we started out on the 20th of 6th month, 2007, and you fought the Chimera, and continued traveling to Munville, arriving on the 21st. You talked to Mun, and he told you that in order for him to tell you more about the river, he wanted you to do a favor for him. He wanted you to head to this research facility, and he gave you a card that you could present, and he also allowed you to take the rag golem known as Lumpin with you. And you told him to go to sleep, and he collapsed into a pile of rags and has not been revived since then.
But he has been washed.
But he has been thoroughly scrubbed, that's right. On the 22nd of 6th month, you started traveling back to Zauberfeld in order to tie up some loose ends and pick up some armor for Paxton. You arrived there on the 24th in the evening. And the next day, the 25th, you met with the Duke again, and he told you a few things about this research facility. So it's the morning of the 26th of 6th month, 2007, and you wake up. I assume you're all in the same inn. You get up in the morning, have your breakfast, get your horses, Bud and Bart, ready to go. Is there anything else you want to do before you head out of town?
You wanted to buy something, didn't you, Athelflad?
Well, I was thinking about buying a bow.
Okay.
From last time.
All right. Well, it's the standard price for a bow, which is...
Are there two different types of bows?
There's short bows and long bows.
Yeah.
In your case, I think you probably better buy a short bow because a long bow is a really large bow, and Athelflad's not really large.
Yeah, and the thing with the crossbow, too, isn't there like a 45-foot... I'm thinking in real life, too. There's a 45-foot kind of advantage distance for a crossbow, and short bows give you...
with
the short
bows...
bow has considerably longer range. It's like 60, 120, something like that. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know.
A short
it's
bow,
confusing.
A short bow's range is 80/320. So if it's within 80 feet, you don't have any disadvantage. Beyond 80 feet to 320 feet, you have disadvantage, and it can't go farther than 320 feet.
Yeah.
The crossbow is the same range.
Also, as a small creature with a long bow, you have disadvantage because it's too big for us.
Because physics.
Yeah.
Because physics, yes.
Yeah, and a longbow has significantly longer range. It's also a martial weapon. I don't remember if rogues get martial weapon proficiencies or monks. I don't think that Athelflad could plausibly use a longbow. I mean, a real longbow is a big bow. Yeah. And in the real world, if it was an English longbow, training with it would be like a lifetime activity to master it. So let's see. So you get a short bow. Those are 25 gold pieces.
Okay.
And it doesn't say what a pile of arrows costs. I think we had that problem last time, didn't we?
I think it was for 20.
Ammunition.
It's
20 gold. 20 arrows is 1 gold.
And a quiver would be 1 gold. I assume you would want.
Yeah, a
Yep.
quiver is also 1 gold. That's right. So 2 gold for a quiver and 20 arrows.
And I'll also go ahead and give you the 2+1 arrows that we have.
Okay. Thank you.
And Paxton, are you also going to get a bow?
Yeah, I'm proficient with martial weapons, so I'm
you can get a longbow.
I'm gonna get a longbow and a quiver and some arrows for 52 gold.
All right, you are now equipped with a variety of ranged weapons.
We have learned from our battle with the Chimera. Not everything is within sword range.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do in town?
I don't have anything else that I need to do in town. Do you guys have anything that you want to do?
I'm good.
All right, you get on the road. You begin heading north. Do you want to follow the road straight up north back to Munville to the aqueduct, or do you want to sort of take a cut off the road and sort of cut over toward the aqueduct?
We've passed this forest a couple times, right, on the road?
You can see it in the distance, yeah.
From what we can see or from what we've heard, does it seem like it's traversable for us to simply know that generally if we go in this direction, we're going to hit it? Or does it seem like it's so thick that we probably would get lost just on our way to the aqueduct?
Question. Should we be taking the horses in the cart if we're going through a forest? Might it be easier to stable them?
Oh.
That's a good question.
Especially when we're supposed to be sneaking in or
You didn't ask Mun about the navigability of the forest. He advised that you follow the aqueduct. He said
Yeah.
doing that would help you avoid getting lost because the forest itself is confusing and it would be difficult to navigate. But if you follow the aqueduct, it cuts straight through the forest in one side and out the other, and it would be a safe way to navigate across. But he didn't say if there was going to be enough of a path to bring horses in a cart. Finn thinks, based on looking at the aqueducts you've seen in the area, that if they built an aqueduct through the forest, there's probably some kind of path under it for maintenance and for construction purposes. There's probably some kind of path under it that is relatively easily navigable, but you're not sure if a cart could make it across it. Probably horses, but you won't really know until you get in there.
When you say get in there, can we see the path from here
No,
to at least
so
gauge
you
it
have
visually?
just left Zauberfeld, and you can see at the very limit of your vision, you can see the aqueduct sort of toward the horizon.
Okay.
But you can't. It's just a little black line or gray line above the ground, and you can see where it goes into the forest, but you can't see in detail from this distance because you're still 2 days away.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I would say we have a couple choices. We can either go to Munville, leave the cart, and just take the horses, or we could just leave them all together and go by foot.
I say we leave them in Zauberfeld and then we, instead of going up the road and to the aqueduct, we just cut diagonal, go towards the forest line where the aqueduct meets it, and follow the aqueduct into the forest.
And that's if we get rid of the horses in the cart.
Yes, because we don't want to, take the horses and cart off the road and then hope that they maybe make it through the forest.
My question is also, how high of our survival skills do we really have? Because we don't have any form of ranger or druid, and the wizard already has already warned us that we should probably follow the aqueduct because the forest is confusing in and of itself.
I'm proficient in cartographer's tools,
Could we
so
get a map?
I can make a little map to get us out.
Yeah, you could make a map as you go.
Yeah.
Again,
Okay.
if you stick to the aqueduct, it should be straightforward. But you could. I would let that give you advantage on a survival check, for example, to find your way through the forest.
Yeah.
And I've got
Okay.
+5 survival.
Oh,
So that's not
okay.
bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And
Plus
you
two.
would know these areas because we're still within the free cities. Are we?
I don't think we are, right?
No, you're in the magistracy territory. You're
Behind enemy lines.
Well, I would be okay with that. I would be okay with cutting through the forest diagonally, just leaving the horses and everything in Sauberfeld, and then
I think she's saying not cut through the forest, but cut across the land to where the aqueduct hits the forest.
I don't know if it's plains land or what
yeah,
it is, but
It's farmland.
Or so pretty much just cut across the plains diagonal to the edge of the forest where the aqueduct is, and then we'll follow the aqueduct once we get there.
I'm pretty okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of we're going as the crow flies instead of
Yeah,
woo,
Yeah, that's part
taking
of
a
the-
right angle.
Yeah, no, circle with a smaller radius has less circumference. I agree.
If we're in Zauberfeld, then Mr. Wheatman, who I think the guy that was in Zauberfeld that we delivered the
Hans
wheat
Miller.
to. Hans Miller. Wheatman's the one who sent us to
That's
Hans
correct.
Miller, right?
Yep.
Hans Miller may be able to watch the horses in the cart for us while we're gone. And
I'm sure he would do that for a fee.
That or that other guy, the annoying
this-
one.
Lambrick?
Oh, yeah, but I don't actually trust Lambrick to watch after the horses.
Yeah, he might be a little incompetent.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We could leave him with Carlton the Cruel.
God, no.
He does seem lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down for just letting Miller watch them because we'll be gone for like a month at the most, and I'm sure watching after 2 horses that he will probably use.
Mhm.
Well, it won't be more than like 4 gold, so that's a gold apiece.
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't fantasy because I have to worry about who's going to watch my dog while I'm gone.
All right, so are you leaving them with Hans Miller?
Yeah, we should ask Hans Miller if he's willing to watch our horses.
He will for, let's say you've got some food for them already, so he'll do it for 5 gold in case there's any extra food needed.
Can't you use some horses on your farm here? Would they be of use?
He doesn't really need them for the mill work. It's a magical mill.
Mm.
He could use it, I guess, use them to help cart some stuff around, but yeah, otherwise it's mostly a cost to him, not a benefit.
Mm.
Can I try to talk him down to like 4?
Or make a roll a persuasion check.
Okay, I'll do it.
Or someone, yeah.
Is anyone proficient in persuasion?
Yeah.
Tara's pretty good at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty great at it.
What's your persuasive argument?
The horses will come of mighty use, and they're really good working horses. They love to work. Oh man, that was terrible. I got an 8.
All right, so I won't charge you 10. I'll charge you 5.
Roll my eyes.
Tara, try intimidation.
I'll throw in like 2 gold pieces.
I can throw in 2.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we just need 1 more.
I'll throw in 1.
I guess I'm a miser.
You tried persuasion. It's
Yeah.
okay.
That was your input. Okay, so off to the forest we go.
Great.
Yeah.
So the not early in the morning, but that morning you begin traveling.
We're on the 26th morning.
Yeah,
on
the 26th. You begin journeying toward the intersection of the aqueduct and the forest. And that day, nothing interesting happens. There's traffic on the road, but you quickly leave the road and start cutting across some fields. I'm assuming you're not going to drive straight across someone's crops, but actually a lot of this is also grazing land for cattle. No exciting or interesting developments on the 26th. The 27th, you wake up in the morning, you get going again, and you're beginning to near the eastern edge of the forest. And as you do so, you can see 2 people on horseback leading a small herd of cattle. However, the cattle are pretty obviously sickly and slow, and the cowhands wave to you, sort of gesturing for you to come over.
I guess we can't really avoid them.
You could.
Well, they've already seen us.
Yeah.
Might as
Find
well
out
go-
whether they're sick.
Hard
Yeah.
to hide in these
Yeah.
big open areas.
And just follow us.
Sure. Let's do that.
Hey
All
there,
right.
friends.
Well, one of them calls out to you and says, "Howdy, I'm Blake, and this here's Denara. Any of y'all know anything about treating cattle?"
Maybe what's wrong with them?
Well, we've been moving our cattle to market for the past few weeks. Around about 5 days ago, we were camping a bit north of here, and we wake up surrounded by goblins. And they tell us they're taking us to dinner whether we like it or not. Me and Denara are thinking, we're dinner, right? So they march us into the forest and sit us down at a table and give us a bunch of food. And Denara pipes up and says, "It was not good food." And Blake says, "No, it weren't good food. Fact is, I could hardly keep it down, but it weren't poison. But they gave our cows something else. Cow soup, they called it. They only gave it to a couple of our cows, but a couple days later, the cows start getting sick. Then the other cows that never ate none of it start getting sick too. Pretty soon, they're dropping like flies." And Denara says, "We have few cows now." And Blake says, "As you can plainly see for yourselves, we've only got 11 head left. We might have nothing at all by the time we get to Zauberfeld. Any of you know anything about treating cattle sickness? I don't rightly know what's wrong with them, but this is likely to ruin us."
I have +2 animal handling. See if we can.
All right. It'd be more like a medicine check.
Oh, okay. +4.
And Paxton, and you also have medicine skill, right? Okay. Yeah, so you guys, you can't really figure out what's wrong. They're sick, but you're not sure what else. I mean, they look lethargic. They look a little bit thin, like they haven't been eating, but you can't tell any more than that.
Tara just doesn't want to tell these people that those cows are going to die.
I'm trying to figure out what the goblins are doing, and why they would be doing this. Like, aside from pettiness, what do you gain from this?
You do remember that last time the cows who ate the cow soup died, like, on the way out of the cave, right? When you were trying to get them out of the goblin cave, they died right away. These cows apparently are lasting longer, but from their description, it sounds like whatever they have is contagious now.
Ugh. Have they heard if any humans have gotten sick from the cows?
No, none of us getting sick. We're fine.
Anything else besides cows getting sick?
Well, we never had anything other than cows, so I don't know.
You're going to Soberfeld, correct?
Right, yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
Got to sell them at market.
Don't do that. I'm going to send a letter over to the Duke and inform him of this issue. He's already aware that this has been happening to other farms. Take them to the side of the city. I will send my familiar ahead of you. It will get there before you. And just let the guards know. What gate will you be coming in through?
I guess the west gate.
Okay, I'll let them know to look for you. Your names are Blake and Denara?
Yeah, that's right.
Look for the guards when you get there and inform them of the situation. Don't take those cows to market. And how much are they worth?
Oh, gosh, 11 head of cattle. And they're not in great condition, but we could probably sell these for 500 gold, maybe.
I don't have that.
Don't take them around any other cows.
Well, you think they'd get other cows sick, too?
It seems like your first one's got these ones sick, so yes.
Keep them quarantined.
I
You
guess that's
don't
the
have
right
like
thing
a
to
cure
do.
disease or anything?
Cure disease doesn't exist in 5th edition, but the equivalent is now lesser restoration.
Which we don't have because it's
Yeah.
a higher level spell.
Yeah, I have cure wounds. I'd like to place a hand on one of the sickest cattle and see if magical healing works on it.
Okay, give it a try.
Heals it for 11 hit points.
It looks like it feels a little perkier, but it is still sick.
And from what I remember from our last encounter with the cow soup, it wasn't magical in nature, right?
I don't think you cast detect magic on it.
If anything, I want to use detect magic to see if their sickness is magical. Can I use it as a ritual and just take my 10 minutes to cast it?
Sure. Yeah, you think that this is something magical. Some kind of magical sickness.
Okay. Can I tell roughly what school it is?
Let's say necromancy.
Okay, that's not good. Here, let me go ahead and give you 10 gold each. Take this should help you at least settle over in the city for a couple days while you try to figure out what to do. And it's a little bit of recompense for the troubles that you have to go through.
Wow, that's mighty kind of you, stranger. I appreciate all you're trying to do. Wow. Denara says, "You are nice people."
Thank you. Now please don't feed those cows to anyone.
Oh, no. I mean, if they we wouldn't, if they don't make it to market, we won't feed them to anybody. But even if we get them there, I'm guessing maybe the Duke will want to have them checked out or something. But I guess you're right. We should quarantine them.
Yes,
And
please do.
I'll just scribble a quick note and send it with Griffin.
Is there any limit to how far Griffin can go? I know you can't
No.
communicate telepathically beyond 30 feet, but
No, it's beyond like 300 or something.
Oh, 300,
or
okay.
100, something like that. It's in my spell book.
Okay.
But no, he can go. He's essentially an animal, just simply beyond a certain distance. We can't
Okay.
communicate.
Okay.
So like, if he dies or something, it's the only time when I'll be like, oh, something happened to him.
I see.
But yeah, I just send him back to Soberfeld and tell him, go to the building where the Duke is. You saw that there's a window there. Just tap on the window, and if not, wait till it's open and fly into the. Give it to the lady, to the old gnome.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they head southeast, and you continue northwest. And the 27th, the evening of the 27th, that second day of travel, you arrive at the intersection of the aqueduct and the forest. You make pretty good time, and you can see that the aqueduct, it stretches away to toward Munville to the east, and you can see it heads straight into the forest, and there is in fact a path next to it, actually on both sides. Remember, so they're actually sort of two aqueducts side by side, one carrying fresh water to the west, the other one carrying used water back to the east. And there's a path that goes under the aqueduct. Sometimes or I guess to the side of the aqueduct. Sometimes it winds under one side or the other, depending on which side has naturally easier terrain to travel on or to make a path on. But it would have been wide enough for your cart, at least here. Maybe it narrows deeper into the forest.
Or is blocked.
Or is blocked or something, right. But right here, it would be navigable for a cart and horses.
Okay. Well, we're at the edge of the forest and it's evening.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to start making our way in now or rest out here and then go inside?
Might as well rest. Maybe I could hunt a bit and get some meat for the road.
Okay.
Sure. Make a survival check.
18.
All right, you catch some rabbits.
Yay.
I'll have my servant cut them up for you if you want to start getting whatever else ready. Who's cooking? I say as I'm not expecting myself to cook.
I can cook. Go for it.
I can go ahead and get the rabbits ready for you while you start dinner.
Okay.
Okay.
Make either a performance or let's say intelligence check for your cooking.
12.
12. All right, it's a satisfactory meal. I assume you're keeping watches, right? I forgot.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're keeping watches. What is the order of your watches?
I'll wake up early, so I'll do the last watch.
All
You
right.
I'll
go
do the
first.
first watch
All
then.
right, so Finn, then who's next?
I can go.
All right. Finn, and then Athelflad, and then Tara, and then Paxton. Athelflad, during your watch, as your party members are lying down, conked out after a tiring day of travel, because you're not using the horses anymore, right? You're doing all the walking yourselves.
Yeah.
You're keeping watch, and you hear some movement coming from the forest toward you.
Oh.
You think there's probably more than one creature moving toward you from the forest.
I can't see anything through the...
Actually, you can, as you look in, you can see that there's a lamp of some kind moving your direction.
I hate to do this, but I nudge the others awake. Yeah.
Okay, you wake everyone up. The rest of you wake up, and you can see there is a lamp moving toward you through the forest. It's very close now, and there is a group of small creatures moving toward you. And as they emerge from the forest, you can see that there is a group of goblins, and they're walking toward you. And they
There
all
it
have
is.
big smiles on their faces.
Sarah's already in the process of putting on her armor.
Okay.
So, like, friendly smiles or,
Yeah,
like,
big-
large,
big
predatory...
Big friendly smiles.
Oh, okay.
In fact, what's your insight bonus?
Insight is 4.
Excessively friendly smiles. Like practiced friendly smiles.
How many of these goblins are there?
10.
10.
It's too late for dinner, you guys.
You should be leaving.
And one of them walks up and says, "Hi, how you doing? Hey, we're goblins, and we would like to invite you to a party."
A party?
Yeah. You don't have any cows, do you?
No. Why do you ask?
You don't have any cows?
No.
They all start looking around. No cows.
Not with us.
And may I ask your name?
I am Gribback.
Gribback.
Mhm.
And where are you coming from, Gribback?
Oh, we're coming from in the forest. Yep. We're here to help have a party with some people and their cows.
Why cows?
Well, everybody likes cows, right? They're cows.
Horses are great too.
Yeah, but there's a lot more cows than horses.
And I look over to the rest of the party because I'm not privy to the goblin cow situation.
Sarah is looking to see if any of them have any glass weapons or mean looks.
Tara's perception bonus is
Not great.
not great. As far as you can tell, there is nothing interesting or remarkable about any of them. They look like grubby little goblins who are dressed in rags and carrying rusty weapons and some short bows. And yeah, they're not looking great. Although it's a nice lamp that he's got.
Are any of them, like, discernibly the leader?
This Gribback guy in the front, he seems to be doing all the talking.
Okay.
Do you have more people at this party already?
Oh, no, we don't have any other people there right now, but we could get a party started with you guys. Although, really, if you don't have any cows, maybe we'll just have a party right here, and we'll just cook some food for you guys. You interested?
No.
What's
Sorry.
the reason for celebration?
Oh, just because we're happy to see you.
That seems odd.
I'm trying to find a nice way of saying take me to your leader.
I think this is it.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want to figure out what's going on inside and like what's going on with the goblins, but I'm also like, we need to get over through the forest. And I'm sure if we go through the forest, the elves will tell us that they've been having goblin problems. The question is just in which order they want to do this.
Tara wants the full party experience.
Yes, Paxton does as well.
Can I call on Dunstan to
Now,
see what
remember,
he said about?
the way the Dunstan thing works, that's more like a combat thing. If you just want,
okay.
yeah, so if you're in a fight and you want to call on Dunstan's wisdom, then I'll roll on this table, and you can do a check with advantage unless you can't figure out how to use it, in which case it's disadvantage.
Okay.
But if you just want to do like a history or knowledge check,
Yeah,
just in general,
Just in general, to see
Okay.
if I know anything about goblins and because I wasn't part of the party.
sure. What's your
Before.
history bonus?
History is 1.
So you have some basic goblin knowledge. You know that they are a species that most other intelligent creatures don't like. They have not integrated well into the rest of society. They are sort of outcasts, and they're usually regarded as brigands. But you don't know anything specific about the cattle poisoning problems that the rest of the party is, except for what happened yesterday. I'm sorry, except what happened earlier this day. You know about that.
Tara smiles real big at the goblins, very friendly, and says, I'm up and I'm dressed, so let's just go ahead and we'll have this party. You take us to the party spot.
I keep my hand close to my dagger.
Okay.
Paxton.
The goblins look at each other and they start talking to each other in Goblin. None of you speak Goblin?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
And these goblins, just to get a feel for like their relative size versus Tara and I,
They're shorter.
they're much like they wouldn't be able to withstand a grapple.
Individually, no.
Okay. Is there any kind of mechanic for like, I think in Pathfinder you can do like subdual damage, like
You can do non-lethal damage,
yeah.
but in any case, they're discussing right now.
Okay.
Gribback turns to you and says, "Yeah, all right. I guess we could all have a party. Be sad without the cows, but that's fine. We'll just go back to our cave and we can all have some dinner. Does that sound good?"
Yeah, we can talk about cows if you want.
Oh, okay.
This is a weird party.
All right. So they turn around and say, "Follow us this way." And the other goblins all sort of copy badly what Gribback says. Follow us this way. They apparently don't speak common. They entered the forest, following the aqueduct for a ways. I assume you're going to continue following them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, trying
Alright.
to keep somewhat track of where we are.
Okay. Sure.
Are we far enough away from them to like whisper amongst ourselves
You
where
could
they
whisper
wouldn't hear
to
us?
each other. Sure. Paxton, make a survival. Actually, no. What's your survival bonus? 5, you
Plus
said?
5, yeah.
Okay. You're pretty sure that you have a grasp on where you are relative to the aqueduct.
Okay.
Because after a short distance into the forest, they turn north off of the trail and gesture for you to follow them into the forest. And the ground starts to slope downward slightly, and they lead you to some trees that are flanking a hill, and behind the trees is a cave entrance.
I very subtly cast mage armor on Finn.
Since we're able to whisper to each other, I go ahead and let talk to the group and say, well, if they're all in the cave, there's only one exit to run out of, and we only need one alive, the one that can speak common. So if things go south, that's the only one we have to subjugate or to keep down.
Make sure you don't kill the leader.
Wow.
Yeah, there's going to be some goblin interrogation happening.
Okay. You enter the cave. Gribback says, "Yeah, let's go in here. We probably got a fire going already. I guess it's kind of late by now. I guess it'd be more like breakfast, but that's fine."
Are there any sort of smells that we can discern what's going on?
You smell some meat cooking.
Okay.
What kind of meat's that?
Oh, it depends on what they caught, but probably some rabbits. Maybe a deer. You follow them in. So, going into the cave, there are a couple of guards by the entrance. The cave turns east, and you pass on your right. There is a guard room, and you can see a couple more goblins sort of sitting around on chairs, and they all look up as you walk by, and they instantly put on those big fake smiles.
So how many can I count?
You have seen 14 of them so far.
On top of the 10?
On top of the, 10, and then the 2 guards at the entrance, and then there are 2 more guards here in the guard room.
Okay,
taking a break.
14 together. Okay.
Mhm.
I whisper over to the rest of the group. You don't think we are dinner, do you?
Highly doubt it.
Oh, I look worried.
Don't need what they give you, though.
So, have we passed any? You said that we passed a guard room and we could see a couple people
Mhm.
in there. Did we feel like we saw the entirety of the guard room? Like there's.
It looks like these are the guys who are taking a break during their shift.
Okay.
There is room there are chairs or stools for more people, more guards in here, and there are some spears and arrows up against the walls that suggest a decent quantity of guards must be. There must be in total a decent quantity of guards.
Mhm.
Probably more than what you can see here.
And there haven't been any like closed doors or anything to imply that there are more rooms.
You haven't seen any doors, but you've just barely gone into the cave so far.
Okay.
In fact, the cave opens up ahead of you into a large room, and you can see that there is in fact a fire in here that goes up, the smoke goes up toward the ceiling and out a small hole. And there are goblins all sort of standing around, and they all look up, put on their fake smiles. And then at the back of the room are some hobgoblins. And as soon as you come in, one of them instantly leaves the room and starts walking out toward. There are a couple exits at the back of the room. I guess I'll describe the room in more detail. There are 5 exits from this room. There are no doors; they're just more cave passages. There are 2 hobgoblins at the back of the room wearing armor, and one of them walks out. And then there are 7 other goblins in here, all preparing food.
As soon as one of the hobgoblins like starts leaving the room, I want to focus on him and kind of investigate or perceive if there's anything familiar about him.
It's not Lauren the Hobgoblin, but it is a hobgoblin.
Okay.
I am starting to get the feeling that we may have walked into something bigger than we can actually deal with.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Goblins.
We may need to come back here with some elvish allies or something.
Mhm.
I asked Gribback how long they've been staying here.
Oh, we've been here a long time. This is a long home. Yep, been here a while. It's a nice place. We got food. We can meet people who have cows. It's not bad. People leave us alone.
How often do you have these parties?
How often? Whenever we can find people to come have a party. We like parties.
Do you
We're very friendly.
Do you like worship cows or something?
No, cows are just nice.
Oh, okay. Do you eat them?
No, don't eat the cows.
Huh.
Just like the cows.
We've heard a lot about this special goblin recipe y'all got for cow soup.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? What do you make it with?
I don't know. Hobgoblins make the cow soup.
And they just send you out to find cows?
Yeah.
Can we talk to one of these hobgoblins?
Yeah, so one of the hobgoblins steps forward. He says, "Hey. Hello."
Howdy, my name's Paxton. I was just wondering what y'all's cow soup was made out of.
We make good things in soup.
Define good things.
Well, we put in vegetables and water and secret spices.
Secret.
Yeah, me Porlack. Yes, me Porlack, hobgoblin. Me good cow soup cook.
So, I kind of want to try something, but it will go south very quickly if this fails. I want to try to charm the hobgoblin, one of the 2 that seems to be in charge. The spell works as in that it will think that I'm a friendly acquaintance.
How long does it last?
1 hour.
Okay. So, and if he saves, he knows you tried to charm him.
Exactly.
Right.
And regardless, when the spell ends, he will know that he was charmed. So, it's something we can try, and we'll gain full access to this. The only issue is that if we wait too long and they start becoming hostile, they'll have advantage on the check for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do?
So, as you're discussing this, the other hobgoblin, it's a female hobgoblin, comes back in. And she has the big smile on her face. And she says, meet it, boss. You meet boss real soon.
Great. What's his name? Or her?
Boss is Ebishi. Ebishi. She'll be here in a moment. And her partner, Greg.
Partner like business partner or like life partner?
Yes, exactly. Yes. Just
Okay.
that. You smart human.
Okay, so that's Grek and Ebashi.
Yes.
Ebashi.
Ebishee.
Tara is positioning herself so that she is not cornered in this room and is near the exit of the cave.
Yes, that's wise.
Yes. However,
So you notice that there are the goblins have sort of scattered around the cave, and they are sort of distributing themselves around the edges of the cave. But some of them appear to be sitting and doing nothing, and some of them are sort of cleaning and getting some wooden dishes ready. Some of them appear to be just sort of standing around, keeping an eye on making sure everything's under control. They're wary.
Do they look like they're about to swarm? Would that be the proper word?
If they wanted to, they could, but some of them look like they're not well prepared to do that because they're doing other things.
Okay.
So in any case, as you're discussing this and keeping an eye on the room and positioning yourself possibly to rush to the exit, two large, hairy creatures come walking in through the passage at the back of the room. And you think that these are probably bugbears. And these large, hairy creatures come in, and one of them thumps her chest, and says, me, Ebashi. Who are you?
My name's Alaflad. How are you? And better question is, what do you hold these parties for?
Parties are fun.
I understand that. I think parties are fun too, but usually it's celebrating something or someone.
We celebrate what we celebrate. And Ebashi looks at Porlak, the hobgoblin, and the hobgoblin says, yeah, we celebrate cows. We like cows.
do y'all worship cows?
Ebashi says, we like cows. We like parties. Party's fun. You party?
Heck yeah, we do. Why we're here.
We party. And the Ebashi gestures toward the goblins with the meat on that they're putting on plates and says, "Meat for people, meat for goblins. We eat now."
Y'all got any like music? I like music at my parties.
Yes, music.
Yeah.
Yes. And some of the goblins run and get some drums, and they start beating on the drums.
Do they have a good rhythm?
Oh yeah.
It's
Goblin
very
culture.
martial sounding, but yes. It's
Okay.
not exactly dinner music. It's more like war music, but yes.
Okay, so as there, I'm imagining just a circle of goblins slowly walking at us with like plates of meat.
Yes.
Out of game. Are you guys okay with me using magic on them so that we don't have to eat this meat? Because if it goes south and they roll well, that will initiate battle, basically.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it's gonna happen anyway, but
Yeah, I wasn't planning to eat the meat. Although, supposedly it's going to not taste great, but not make us sick either.
Yeah, but if it's doing something magical to the cows, the cow might just be the host for the parasite that will do something later.
that's true.
So are you cool with that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to find out what these special spices are one way or another.
Okay.
But even if we can't, we need to get those 400 experience points.
Okay, so I'm going to use the game rules for Charm Person. It's 1 humanoid per spell level. Since it's a first level spell, I'm going to bump it up to a second level spell to try to charm both of them. And then I'm going to use the homebrew rules to augment my spell to increase the DC for the...
So you're using 2 second level spell slots.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, I think it uses 1 second level spell. Oh, yes, 2 because the augmentation takes 2. Yes.
So are you saying that you're going to charm Ebishi and Grek?
Yes.
Okay, the bugbears.
And it'll last for about an hour. That increases the difficulty by 2. So it should be 16 wisdom check.
All right, let me look up their wisdom bonus.
I'm hoping it's low
Actually, it's
because
a
they're
saving throw.
bugbears.
Let's see.
They certainly didn't sound smart when they talked.
Yeah, but wisdom is different from intelligence. They can be stupid and still have a lot of instinct.
Yeah.
You think they're both charmed. Their smiles become less fake and more genuine. And Ebishi says, Gnome, get best cut. Give Gnome best cut.
Well, we came here from your friends on the outside.
Friends on the outside.
We got Blake and
Oh, yeah, we send them away with much cow soup. Yeah, we give them much cow soup.
Can we go see how the cow soup is made?
Well, we no actually make it here. We get soup from other hobgoblins.
And do you,
And at this point, Porlak says, What you saying? What? Excuse me, Abashi, you not talk this? You saying, what are you saying? It looks like Porlak is you think that Porlak is probably suggesting that Ebishi is saying too much.
So, did I hear that correct in that the bugbears are saying that they get their cow soup from hobgoblins, not from other bugbears?
Correct.
Okay.
how did you guys get involved with a bunch of goblins and hobgoblins?
Oh, well, Bugbear's chiefs. Bugbear's chief of goblins.
So do those other hobgoblins work for other chiefs? Or do they work for you?
Well, we work with them. They not under our control, but we work with other hobgoblins sometimes.
And is there any bugbears that are above you?
Well, no, we are toughest bugbears, right? And Greg says, yes, we toughest bugbears.
Okay, so one of their friends is catching on. I think we can get in, as long as we ask subtly, as long as we're not too obvious about it, we should be able to get a little bit more information because before we have them, let us walk out. So we just have to see what we can do subtly.
Hey, Finn, do you still have that banana?
The banana has expired.
Yeah, but do you still have it?
I do.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
It's rotten,
Yeah, goblins like rotten stuff, right?
but it's still not magical.
That's fine.
Okay. Yes.
I wanna have that rotten banana, and I wanna talk to what was the name of the goblin that was trying to distract Ebishi from saying too much?
That was Porlak the hobgoblin.
Porlak the hobgoblin. I want to strike up a conversation with Porlak the hobgoblin and kind of walk off in a different direction and tell him about this banana and the crazy stories about all the good times we've had with it.
Okay, make a performance check.
It'd be 12.
All right, Porlak is somewhat interested in your crazy banana stories and allows himself to be led aside. Largsha the hobgoblin, which is the other hobgoblin, is she's a little confused by what's going on, but now her attention is divided between watching you talk to Porlak and then watching Finn talking to Ebishi and Grek.
Do I notice her looking over at us and looking back and forth between us and the bugbear?
Yeah, you do.
Can I motion for her to come over and hear this story too? Because it's real cool and I wouldn't want her to miss it.
Okay, she comes over. In fact, a bunch of other goblins come over too and start listening to your story about this crazy banana.
Awesome. And I wink at Finn.
Oh, I give a small sigh of relief. So right now it's
It's basically you talking to the bugbears.
Yeah. Okay. And then Athelflad and Terra are with me as well, correct?
They're
Yes.
standing nearby. Yeah.
Tara's gonna say, it seemed like Blake's cows weren't feeling so great from that cow soup. Have you noticed the cow soup making cows feel a bit, queasy?
Ebishi says, looking at you, He says, "Oh, that's so sad. Oh, poor cows get sick. Too bad. They should have eaten more soup.
Why do you think more soup would have helped?
Cows like soup.
I don't think cows generally eat soup.
Oh, but they like cow soup.
So, do you know the other bugbears that you get the soup from?
Oh, we get it from hobgoblins.
Those hobgoblins work for other bugbears, right?
It doesn't seem that they really work for them. It seems like they're calling the bugbears chiefs, but they're...
Yeah, you're getting the impression that the hobgoblins are making a lot of the decisions, and the bugbears are the nominal chiefs, but aren't making the big decisions.
We charmed the wrong folk.
On the other hand, the bugbears are definitely the largest, scariest creatures around here.
Yeah, I just can't use them for battle. My charm's not that good.
Actually, so the bugbear, Ebishi, puts his arm on your shoulder and says, "Come, little friend, let me talk to you. We're over here. Shh."
Okay. I look at the paw that's probably about the size of
Yeah.
my face and then
Yeah.
just go, okay.
Yeah, Ebishi leads you aside and says, "You good friend, you keep secret.
Absolutely.
So, it's secret that cow soup is actually weapon.
Oh.
Shh.
What is it for?
It spread from cow to cow. It make many cows sick. Soon, humans have no cows. And when humans have no cows, they have less food. Right?
Yes?
And then they be hungry.
I'm waiting for the part where this is sinister.
That's it. You get it?
Yes, that's
Humans be hungry.
diabolical.
We get revenge.
Oh.
What you think? Good plan, huh? Hobgoblins come up with this.
I don't know why I was expecting more. It's out of game, by the way. I'm not laughing at her face. Well, have you considered maybe, like, animal husbandry? I'm trying to say that in words that are smaller and easier for her to understand.
Me marry animal?
No. Have you considered raising the cows and not getting them sick and then trading them with the humans and then the humans might like you a little more?
They no trade with us. They kill us.
Oh, that's so true.
They kill us. Why you think we hide in caves? I trust you. You good. But others, your friends, those other humans, they're dangerous.
So where do the hobgoblins that give you the soup come from?
Oh, all over world. We're everywhere.
So who's so okay, so where do you get them from? When do they come?
Well, after, hold on. And it gets out its hands and starts going, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold on, let me make an intelligence check. 10, 20 days. 20 days, they bring, more.
Okay. Doing some quick math, what day is that if we are on the 28th?
Let's see, 20 days from now?
That would be like the 18th of 7th month?
You think she's actually saying that every 20 days they bring more?
Oh. Okay. And when was the last time they brought some?
5 days.
Okay. So in 15 days, that would be the 13th of, that would be the 13th of 7th month, correct?
Yeah, the 13th.
Okay. Is there anything that you guys think that I should ask?
Well, we're not within earshot, are we?
No, but, well, that's true.
So I'm looking over.
You do hear the bugbear laughing in a sort of sinister manner while conspiring with Finn over by the wall.
and I'm just kind of fidgeting a little bit, getting a little nervous, like wondering what's going on.
Mm. I think there's enough information to get over to the Duke or to someone who may actually be able to do something with it, because I'm not staking out this place for 2 weeks until the people show up again. Well, I'll make sure to keep that to myself, Ibishi.
Ebishi. Yeah, you know my name. You good friend.
Yes. Well, we had dinner before your guys found us for the party. So we're going to go ahead and head out of here shortly once my friend finishes his story about this crazy banana. You should hear it next time we come over.
Oh, I like crazy story. But why don't you stay? You, friend Finn, stay. Did you tell it your name?
Yes, let's go with yes.
Okay. You, Finn, you stay with us, and we have party, and we take your friends, like them. They not like us, and we can take their stuff. What you think?
Well, I'm actually using them to spy on the humans too. So I need them to trust me right now.
Oh, you very clever.
I have a let me check deception.
You don't need to. This creature trusts you. It's
true.
charmed.
True. Okay. So does it seem like it'll let us go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you keep spying. You share. You find out interesting things. You tell Ebishi. Yes.
I'll tell you the next time I come through here.
Oh, you want to take snack for the road?
Yes. Could I have some cow soup?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. The guy, as I stop talking with Ebishi, I tell you guys, hey, we'll be leaving here soon. Do you guys want any food to take with you?
No. Can you tell us what happened?
Oh, nothing interesting. And then I wink at Ebishi.
Ebishi gives you a giant, obvious wink back. No. Covers one eye and then tries to figure out how to cover the other eye, and then tries to hold one eye open and then close the other.
So Ebishi is distracted.
Yes.
by trying to wink.
Alrighty. So are we getting the cow soup and skedaddling, or is there anything that you guys want to do as well?
I was ready to peace out.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think that. I think this is a fight that we could maybe win, but not without significant damage.
Yeah.
And not with 2 bugbears. We can definitely, if we had a couple of elves with us or something, definitely, but not by ourselves.
And I think this is just the deposit point for the larger problem at hand. So
Yeah.
even defeating them is not gonna
That's
on a
true.
macro level.
Mm.
All right. Well, as you're wrapping up your discussion with Ebishi, Porlac starts to look a little concerned and says, "Boss, what's the plan? What are we doing now? What, we let them go? What no party?" And Ebishi says, "Yeah, we have party later. We give them some soup to take with them. They give to cows later." And Porlac looks skeptical.
All right, we want to have some soup for the cows that we meet along the road. Since cows love soup, everyone knows that.
All right, make a deception check.
That's a 19.
All right. Porlac is deceived. Says, yes, good plan, human. Give much cow soup to cows. They like soup.
As much soup as she'll eat.
They give you some, they give Finn some, some deer meat for the road,
Okay.
and a clay container with a stopper with some cow soup.
Okay. And there's still the same bubbling weird substance.
You're going to
that I've
open
seen
and look at
before.
it?
Yes.
It looks more watery than what you saw before. In fact, do you have any alchemy skill or anything like that?
Transmutation doesn't count as alchemy in this one.
No.
So
Maybe just what's your Arcana bonus?
it's high. It's +6.
Yeah, you think it's been diluted. It's still bubbling, but slower, and it looks thinner.
Okay. This is something the guards can take care of. That's not my job. Okay, cool. I take it. I thank them for everything, and then I walk out. How long is left on my spell? How long did we spend in there?
Well, it's in real time. That was maybe 15, 20 minutes. Let's say you maybe were in there 30, but you still have time left on your spell.
Okay, yeah. Then I just walk out and let the spell continue for as far as we can. Wait, the spell does have a limit range. Ooh. Okay. The spell range is 30 feet.
Well, that's just the range to cast it initially.
Okay.
Once you've cast it, the charm remains until the end of the spell, regardless of your distance from them.
Okay, as long as I can hold the concentration, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then yes, I'm just going to let it run the full time. Shall we get back to the main road quickly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
So you make your way back to the main road and resume your journey westward. I'm assuming you're going to hustle once you're out of view of the goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm going to explain to the group everything that they told me, catch up Athelflaed and what happened to us before, and then also explain that in about 30 minutes or so they're going to be chasing us because they're going to realize that we use magic on them. So
So should we just run, or should we try to find a really, really good hiding spot and wait them out?
I think we should find a really good hiding spot and then just simply wait till the morning, because I don't think traveling. I'm guessing it's like 4 in the morning or something,
Yeah.
so still a couple hours till daylight.
Right.
Yeah. We'll probably want to hide somewhere. Like we can Katniss Evergreen ourselves to a tree or something.
It's like, what do you mean? Humans are nice to them. We're joined 2 goblin parties at this point.
Or goblin party animals?
How do you want to handle this? Would you like to each try to make individual hide rolls? Do you want to try to? Are you looking for a particular place where you could hide? What's the plan?
How long are we expected to, or are we thinking we're going to stay there like overnight, and as soon as the dawn hits, we go? Or
I would think that probably we just need to do it for a couple hours at most.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we just need to wait for daybreak. And if we stay near the aqueducts or near the roads, we'll see them run by. And we
Okay.
just have to wait for them to run back or something. But I think at the very least we need to wait for them to pass us.
Another option is if we keep moving, then they'll never catch up with us. If we could just completely move out of the range, we could not find a hiding spot. We could just march on through the night and all of the next day and just be super tired and hope that no one attacks us.
yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, how rested would we be at this point?
Well, I'm not going to. You don't have to make a Constitution save to avoid a level of exhaustion yet, because you
Okay.
did get some rest, and you haven't done anything particularly taxing. So I won't worry about that yet. But if you were to miss another night's sleep, then you would have to start worrying about exhaustion levels. All right, so you're going to travel then? You're not going to hide? You're going to see if you can just move through the night?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's better
Yeah.
than me climbing a tree.
Yeah, because even if we find a hiding spot, they may know the best hiding spots around here.
It's a good guess that they know the forest better than you do.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. All right, let's just keep running. We'll run into something else or get further down in the forest.
All right, so you guys make rapid time on the 29th, moving quickly through the forest, so you decide to sort of make a run for it.
Wait, we're on the 28th.
Let's see here, you arrive at the aqueduct. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
Mr. Calendar for the win.
Yeah.
Hey, continuity is important. That's the main thing that I pick out of TV shows.
If we ever lose a day, we could just make that like a special recording of like, what did they do on their lost day?
Nobody talk about it.
Right. So on the 28th, in the middle of the night, you encountered these goblins came up to you. You visited their cave, and then you afterward started making a run for it into the forest and then along the aqueduct. And you are continuing along the aqueduct during the day on the 28th. And nothing exciting happens during the day. Every once in a while, you think you hear some goblin-like shouting back behind you to the east, but they don't catch up with you. What do you want to do during the night?
Does it seem like, as we're running through the day, that it seemed like we were leaving tracks?
Yeah, you're leaving tracks unless you want to take actions not to, because it's a dusty trail, or it's got leaves on it and such. But I mean, you are leaving tracks.
I'll leave it up to the survivalists. What do you think we should do?
I think if we make it far enough out of their way, then, you know, they're going to be just as tired as we are if we find them. They're not going to follow us forever.
True.
We just need to get out of range to where it's not convenient for them.
Okay. Let's
And
just
they're not
keep
going to
running
bring
and
their
make
whole
distance.
force with them either.
Right. They're not going to leave the cave alone, and we can definitely take care of whatever shows up.
They might bring 400 experience of goblins to us.
Did we get any story experience from...
Yes, but we'll do that in a little bit.
Okay.
We can't level up in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, we have to be in the den anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, let's just keep running then.
You journey the 28th without any problems. You're making good time, and you stop hearing the sounds of goblins. And that night, I assume you stop to make camp as usual,
Yep.
Maybe off the beaten road.
a little bit off the path.
What we could do is, whenever it's starting to get dark, we could intentionally leave tracks going in a different direction, and then use survival to make those tracks abruptly stop, cover our tracks to get back onto the road, and then keep going.
Yeah,
lead 'em
they're
off our
goblins.
trail.
They're not smart.
Okay. You want to
okay.
try to do that using your survival skill? All right. I
Uh-huh.
just made a roll for you. You think you did a good job.
Okay.
He said ominously.
In any case, you make camp that night, and you don't hear any goblin noises. You take your standard watches, same as before. And now this time, something different happens, though. Again, however, during Athelflad's watch. Athelflad, you're keeping watch. You don't hear any signs of goblins. You don't hear any goblin noises. You don't see any lights or lanterns coming through the trees. But as you're all sleeping peacefully, it is getting cooler, but I'm going to assume you don't have a campfire. Is that right?
Right.
Probably, yeah.
So you have made your camp. You're all lying around, maybe around a tree. And suddenly you hear a loud screeching noise coming from the east.